What's good, everybody? You know what time it is. It's time to hit the weights. So, I'm going to go ahead and drink this pre workout, and I'll see you guys in the gym.
Now, before I get into this video, there's one topic I want to talk to you guys about. And the reason why I want to talk to you guys about this is due to the fact that someone asked me this. It was a simple question, one we hear all on the daily. How's your day going, right? I responded, you know, like I normally do. Then I asked this person how their day was going, and they simply responded with nothing but negative comments. How their life was basically in the gutter, how they didn't have nice things, why good things never happened to them. And a lot of times we look at things from a perspective as an obligation rather than an opportunity. And the reason I say that is because we all have problems. I don't know a single person that doesn't have a problem. Now, think about some of the happiest people you know. Now, this isn't true for all cases, but I know a lot of people that are very happy and don't have much. Now, just because they don't have much doesn't mean that they've settled and they think that, all they've accomplished to today is all they're going to accomplish in their life. No, it has nothing to do with that. But what they have accomplished, they've really have had to struggle, go through the trenches, and earning every single little thing that they currently have. And the reason I know that is because I've had to go through that. And I know several of you guys have had to go through that process as well. So that brings me to what I really want to talk about. And that is, why not make this the year? If you're unhappy with your life, or if you're unhappy with a particular part of your life, why not make this the year to change that? Or to start to make a change in that? A lot of times we go through life, complaining about the things that we're unhappy about, yet we do nothing about it. If your dream is to open up a new business, if your dream is to get into fitness, if your dream is to get a new car, if your dream is to get a new house, why not pursue that? No matter how small it may be. Where is it written or chiseled stating you can't do something? A lot of us go through life, wanting to do things but never pursue them, but never actually give ourselves a valid reason as to why we don't do it. I'm sure a lot of us can look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves that question, why you're not doing certain things, and you would say, I don't know, to yourself. Now, how silly would that be? You know, you not being able to answer your own question when it's your life we're talking about. Now, you may not be successful at everything you try, but you can at least say that you've tried it, you've done it, and you weren't successful. Or you were successful, and now that's another skill you've developed. Now, one last thing I want to go over is holding yourself accountable just like you were to hold others. Now, for example, if you were to ask someone to pick up your dry cleaning later on that day because you wanted to wear a particular shirt, you would expect that dry cleaning to be picked up, right? If it wasn't, you would be mad, frustrated, disappointed, something along those lines. But if you told yourself you were going to pick it up and you didn't, the usual response is, oh well, I'll just pick it up tomorrow or the next day. See how we took the same scenario, switched it up, and then made it okay simply because it was us and not someone else? When's the last time you asked yourself the same questions you would ask someone else, such as, why didn't you set these appointments? Why didn't you call these folks? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? When's the last time you asked yourself that question and held yourself to those standards? So this is where procrastination comes into play. So like my original question, guys, why not make this the year? So that's my mini rant for the day. Let's go ahead and get started into this workout. We started with military press. We warmed up with 35s, I believe. Then went up to 50 and then went up to 55 for 5 sets, 10 reps apiece. Superset that with front raises with the 45 plate. That's going to be working your anterior delt, which is your front delt. For those of you who don't know, your shoulder is built of 3 heads. You got your anterior delt, which is the front. You got your lateral, which is your side. And then you got your posterior, which is your rear. After that, we went over and grabbed the 90-pound barbell. And we did up row barbell rows for 5 sets of 10. After that, we went over to the cable machine and did side lateral raises. Now, the reason why I like to do side lateral raises with the cables versus the dumbbells is you have tension during the whole movement, obviously at the top and at the bottom, versus if you have dumbbells, when you have them by your side, there's no resistance. And again, we did 5 sets, 10 reps apiece. After that, we went ahead and did bent over reverse flies. Now again, this is working the posterior delt, which is the rear. If you haven't, tried this workout, I would suggest go ahead and give it a try. It's the same as if you were sitting down, bent over, and then doing the reverse flies with dumbbells, except with cables, which I feel is a little more effective due to the fact that there's tension during the whole movement. After we were finished with that exercise, we did standing cable rear delt flies. Again, high volume, 5 sets, 10 reps each. And that was pretty much all the shoulder work we did. After that, we did some shrugs. As you can tell in the video, there's a myth actually. And this is for pretty much anyone that's new to bodybuilding. You'll shrug and you will basically do a circular movement with your shoulders. Now that is not necessary. I'm not sure why that's a myth, or why people that are new to bodybuilding think that's the appropriate form, but it's not. It's just straight up and straight down, trying to touch your shoulders to the back of your ears and then down. Finally, to finish off this workout, we did abs. So we went ahead and did diagonal crunches, making sure we touch the front of our kneecap and making sure that shoulder blade would come off the ground. Once that one touches the ground, then alternate. We also superset that with leg raises, making sure that when your legs come to the bottom position, you do not touch the ground. Also, the other thing, people have asked me why I put my hands on my butt, and that's basically to protect your back. For those of you who have done leg raises, know that you do feel tension, when you come down on your lower back, on your spine, basically. So that's there to basically buffer, that movement and support your back. Now, one other tip when doing leg raises, obviously we're making sure that our feet don't touch the ground when we come down, but when we come up, come at a 45. Don't bring your feet all the way up to a 90-degree angle, because at that point your abs are no longer engaged, so basically you're not working them. So what I like to do is I pick a spot, on the ceiling or on the wall at a 45-degree angle, and make sure your feet, hit that target and then come back down. You'll go back up and then back down. Like I said, that was 6 sets, 20 reps, since there was 2 exercises. And that concludes this workout.
Just finished the shoulder workout. The guy that was working with me, his name is Andrew Walker, Mr. Dallas Cowboy himself. Big shout out to him for joining me on this workout. We did shoulders, obviously interior delt, side delt, posterior delt, traps, and we finished it off with some abs. I hope you guys killed it at the gym today. And as always, stay fitted, stick with it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.